into Red Room. I'm back. There was another video I did before this, and of course this video will probably go up first. It just happens all the time. Okay, so this is about one of the most touching readings that I've watched. So I've watched thousands of tarot videos. Thousands. Of tarot videos in my lifetime. And most of them been about love. Like I said, it was 11/11, make a wish, bitch. I got into tarot shortly after my spiritual awakening. So shortly after 2016. And well, really it's 2016. And then 2017 I got my first deck, and by 2018 I was reading, and then 2019 I started the Abstractionist, which was narrative tarot. So I have watched so many videos in that time, so many tarot readers. Some of them are my favorites, some of them are not here on YouTube anymore. A lot of them are not on YouTube anymore, and some, you know, like you resonate with them for a certain period of time and then you don't, or you like their content or you don't. Sometimes resonate with is kind of an annoying kind of little like phrase or whatever, because you make any fucking thing resonate, right? Like sometimes you like their content, and then sometimes you start to feel like this isn't, you know, appeal to me anymore. And so yeah, I've watched a lot of readings. There was one reading, not this one that I'm gonna talk about, but there was one reader who I really enjoyed. And her name was similar to someone that's on here now, but she was years ago, and I had found her channel before, and then she probably just disappeared. A lot of the readers that were on 2016, by the time 2018-19 rolled around, I'm gonna be real, a lot of the readers that came on, the ones that you see now, the ones that are kind of, I don't want to say more or less, are pigeonholed into like pick a cards or he said she said type shit, the charms, blah blah blah. That's gonna be a tarot pet peeve like video. A lot of the people pre that time, I feel like we're like A1, but by the time you got to like 2018-19, like there were so many readers that just came on. And I do think that tarot has been kind of diluted to, you know, what fantasies do they have about you. Like, I love those kind of readings, but sometimes you do crave like depth sometimes, like not he wants to blow your back out. Like, you know, you're gonna come together, you're gonna have a great life, you know, you're gonna heal your relationship with your dad and your mom. He's gonna be able to like talk to his mom again. Like just stuff like that, like things that can be really profound. Like not that sex can't be profound, but like, I don't know. I think we kind of reality TV showed tarot in a way. Cause some of these plot lines, I'd be like, God damn, this is this is Real Housewives of Tarot for real, bitch. Like the plot line be outrageous. It'd be 80 characters in there. Of course, someone else and the 3 other people of the karmic. Never you. The camera turns to you with the reunion. What do you gotta say? Then they turn back to the little oracle cards. He misses you and stuff like that, and it's just like, like, but yeah. But one of the most profound, let's get into the real shit. One of the most profound tarot readings I've had, because there's not that many that stand out for real. Besides the one like years ago, not even one I paid for. Was one I was watching. What was I watching? Like something fashion related, and then it was a lady. Now this was in another language, so I had to get it I had to do like the little translate thing. It was a Russian reader, and something about it was just like, I'm gonna click on it. It's funny because I worked with Russian speakers before, and I've always been fascinated with like Russian history. Mainly like up until like the revolution in the early 1900s. History major type things, I guess. But I started watching the reading and the translate, and there was just something that was fed my soul about that. It was just something that was very assuring and calming and very focused on you, focused on your growth, your development, not afraid to talk about tougher things, not afraid to even mention certain things, because I know there's a lot of like trigger warning people, which I get, because nobody wants you to like start going backwards if you've made progress healing from certain things. But sometimes readings are so sanitized. They're either Real Housewives, like WWE, WWF, or whatever, or they're like overly sanitized to where everything's positive. And I found that, I don't know, I felt seen in a way, even though I didn't know this person. I felt seen in a way in tarot that I haven't felt seen in a while, even though this person I've never met this person at all. Never seen him, never met him, never even heard of him until then. Like, now that I watched that video, because I watched it from beginning to end, they even started tearing up at the end, actually. Like, they pop up consistently, but it's one of those things where it's like what is it? What's that movie? The Age of Innocence or something like that? The book Age of Innocence. When he's like gonna go upstairs, and then like at the end he doesn't, and it's like, it's realer in my head if I like, it's realer in my head down here than if I go upstairs, essentially. Like, those experiences are going to be realer than if I were to go up there and like face the reality, I guess. And it's just, yeah, like just straight on, like, that was a good reading. And it's not like it was ultra heavy hitting, but it was a simple like acknowledgement that there were certain things that were there. Things that I rarely tell people, and if I do, you have to be one of my closest confidants. But just touching on that stuff, needing to like work through it, move through it, was a really good reading. And I was thinking, if I could be 1/10 of the reader that lady was, like, I'm on to something. I think we need more readers like that. I think it if we're going to use tarot, now there's people that are going to use tarot for the pick of cards and the, you know, the raunchy stuff and stuff like that. But there's people who do that, but then they want to do like psychological work, and they may not be counselors, so they're not going to go and, you know, like coaching and something like that, but offering perspectives, like life perspectives from a person who's lived life, right? I think, yeah, I think it's really a good thing. I think tarot is a tool like anything else, but I do think that people right now are using tarot for clout as opposed to like really putting in that work. And maybe you're not meant to, you know, maybe you're meant to just like get in there, attract the people you need to attract, and then move on. But if you're yearning for something like deeper, I think honing in your craft, I think also sharing your story or coming to grips in terms with your story as a person walking this path that you have, and kind of figuring out where you can help, I think makes it a little bit better, right? This is the quietest I've ever been. You can tell that that reading really like fucked me up. But it really was profound. Like it was something that I didn't like. It's like I could see it there, but like, you know, you don't always want to see stuff. And so yeah, I think also because I think the Russian language kind of gets to the point. Also being around Russian speakers, they kind of get to the point. They're not really flowery, so at least not with like me. They weren't. They're very like so they're not gonna take a long time to like joke and blah blah blah. They're not rude. They can be, the ones I've been around, but they're to the point, and they're to the point. They're not overly sugary with compassion, but they are understanding. And I think that's a skill that sometimes the reality TV readers don't hone, right? Because I think a lot of readers, I think we should reevaluate every so often, excuse me, why we're doing it, why we're in the game, while we're offering these gifts to the world, because sometimes like tarot isn't your lane. Like I said, I totally think tarot is considered a cash grab. And so there's like a lot of tarot readers that they don't have ideas, and they just pick cards and love readings, what's popular. And sometimes you need a few readings that are going to like nourish the soul, you know? And that gives me an idea. I'm going to start doing redemption readings again pretty soon, because I want to do them again. I think there was something about that energy that I really enjoyed. I think if I'm going to do tarot, it's going to get time to get serious. And this isn't to like bash pick a cards or anything like that, because I watch a lot of pick a cards, and I watch zodiac readings and stuff like that too. I just don't read by zodiac. But yeah, like that was a really good reading. I felt really seen. And it's so funny because the two readings that I've watched that I've been touched by were when the people that I was interested in romantically had like left my life. And so that void gave me time to reflect on my own life outside of what I was communicating with them. And it like forced me to kind of evaluate what I was communicating with everything else, you know? So yeah, I like think about this. I don't think about this reading like all the time, but I think about the stuff that I have to work through. But yeah, that forever kind of like touched me because yeah, like the day the second person left, I was like in tears. And it was almost like that was the catharsis, that was that cathartic release was what I needed to kind of watch that reading, was what I needed to start seeing things clearer. And it was the same thing back then with like someone else, the person that spiritually awakened me. So yeah. Feeling seen in a tarot reading is really great. Like the person's really doing their job. You know, like even if it's a general reading or a collective reading, like feeling seen in that way is just, it gave me a sense of like peace. I wasn't like disturbed, and it wasn't like, you know, all this anger. It's just feeling seen, and because you're feeling seen, you like want to break down, and you want to release that. And like sometimes tarot spaces like that are a great place for you to release that. I've had that when I did Reiki on someone, to kind of just let it go. You know, certain things come up and you just let it go. And it's just like, just let it go, let it fly out. Because keeping it in is not helpful. Like, it's not helpful. So yeah, that's the most profound reading that I've had. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Y'all get tired of me singing, right? Don't you?